What's up, Buffalo Bill fans? Whew. Um, yeah, I think that just pretty much sums up everybody's deflated debut for 2012. It was ugly and demoralizing, dejecting, and it was a reality check. Back to reality. And for me, I was, as I'm sure, as upset and as just, just, just wanted to puke as much as the rest of you Buffalo Bill fans out there. But I'm glad that it didn't take to week 7 for everyone to see what the real problem is. And the real problem last year had a lot of excuses. Had a broken rib. The rest of the all the weapons got hurt. Jackson got hurt. Eric Wood got hurt. Donald Jones got hurt. Roscoe Parrish got hurt, etc., etc., so on and so forth. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not. He's at best a marginal NFL quarterback. He's not a starter. He's not consistent enough to win games in the NFL on a week in and week out basis. He can win you a few games here and there, and we've seen it. When his play is on, the team was winning. But when his play is bad, it's bad. Bad to the point your team is the game is over within the first 10 minutes of the game. And we saw it last year more than a handful of times, and we saw it first game of this year, where no broken rib, all the weapons are on the field. Granted, few went down late, but his new quarterback coach has been helping him with his mechanics. 3 months to prepare for this opponent, and that is the puke performance that we saw. Late on throws, throwing behind receivers. The one to Cromartie to me was the one that was just like, okay, this is what this guy is. He's 29 years old. He's been in Buffalo for going on 4 years now. He's had 1,000,000,001 chances. And we saw these kind of performances in 09 when he took over for Edwards, because Edwards was hurt. He sparked the offense a little bit. He did a few things, and then puke. Ugly, just inconsistent throws, horrible interceptions. And then he has that, performance that gives you hope. You know what? I'm done with hope. Hope is for losers. And until the Bills have a quarterback, I'm talking first overall, second overall stud quarterback, they are not going to win. I don't care who they sign. I don't care who they draft outside of that position. It's not going to work. You need a quarterback, period. Otherwise, the Bills will continue for the next 10 to 12 years to be ensconced in mediocrity. We're talking, 4-12, 5-11, 6-10, 7-9, at best 8-8. At best, that's what Ryan Fitzpatrick can give you, because he's capable of going out and having a few good performances. Then he's more than capable. He is actually more capable of doing what we saw last week than he is of giving you just a solid performance that'll win you a game and not kill you. Because he has a Brett Favre mentality with a pea shooter arm. It just doesn't work. It's a recipe for disaster every time. And I don't know what the coaches see. I don't know what the organization sees. But it's to the point where, what more do they need to see to realize that he's a pedestrian quarterback at best? At best. Not even close to being, more than good or even above solid. No, he shouldn't be running a spread offense. He should be running run, pass if you have to. I just don't understand this, and then you'll get these Bills fans, and you know what? These Bills fans are really pissed me off. I'm sorry, but he tries so hard, and he threw 3 touchdowns. He tried to bring him back. He killed them, and I don't want everybody want to jump on Mario Williams for not getting a sack. He didn't get a sack, and all that 48 points will go on that defense. But it kind of sucks as a defense when you have to go out there, defend short fields, try to stop people, and then your quarterback throws interceptions like he threw to Cromartie. After your defense forces a turnover, I think in the next 2 plays he throws a pick to Revis. I mean, it's a joke. No more excuses. The excuses are done. That was a perfect example on Sunday that this guy is just bleh. Bleh. That's it. He's bleh. He doesn't have a word. He's bleh. And it's to the point now where if you watch my videos long enough, I feel the same way about Fitzpatrick as I feel about Jauron. Why is he continuing to get these opportunities? What has he done? And you know what? It's getting to the point where I feel that about Gailey. I like Gailey. I feel like he's a competent coach. I feel like he can put a good offensive game plan together. The thing that bothers me about him is he's a little lacking in his control on the defensive side. I don't think he has full control of that area, and it's shown. Hence the 3-4 from the 4-3 when he comes in, switch to 3-4 back to the 4-3, and it's just you set the team back doing that. If that's what you are, that's what you are. They never had the personnel for it to begin with, so why bother? Now, 2 years later, they're back at it again. I don't like that. And my thing is this. If you're a new coach, new GM, which what they got, pretty much, autonomy to do whatever, seems like that to me, you need to get your quarterback in there. And I know they've been connected to names in the draft, Ponder, Newton. There wasn't a quarterback available in 2009. But you look at this organization over the last 10 years and you look at the quarterbacks they've drafted. And if you want to go back almost 20 years, they've drafted 4 quarterbacks in 20 years. Last one being Levi Brown. One before that, Trent Edwards, J.P. Lossman, and we got to go further than that. Todd Collins. Now, if you Bills fans are old enough, remember Todd Collins. Let that sink in. If you don't have an elite quarterback, a young quarterback is popping your eye, you got to be, in my opinion, and I know this is easy for me to say, you better draft a quarterback every year. You should be drafting a quarterback every year. If you don't have that guy under center, and I don't give a shit about placate, because that's what this organization seems to do. They placate. They want to make Ryan feel comfortable. They want to make sure that who gives a shit? They need a winner. And I want to like Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he seems like a nice guy. He's well-spoken, family guy, etc., etc. I'm sorry. I'm tired of losing. Tired of it. Tired. I don't care. You can say what you want about Sanchez. People talk crap about him. You know what? Guy's been in the playoffs. Guys, in his worst seasons, 8-8. What is Ryan Fitzpatrick best? What is he? 6-10, and leading the league in interceptions. Having thrown over 600 plus passes. Just, it's obvious. In a pass-happy league, in a pass-happy offense, the guy is just woefully under-skilled. It's not a question of want, desire. I believe he has that. He just physically, mentally doesn't have it. And yeah, mentally. I don't care if he went to Harvard. He just doesn't have the makeup to be a really good NFL quarterback. He doesn't have the skill set. He doesn't. Period. And I know I've ranted for 10 minutes about this. And I know Bills, have done little cute things like trade for Rob Johnson. That didn't work. Trade for Drew Bledsoe. That didn't work. X, Y, Z. That's not enough. And that was well over 10 years ago. Come on. know, you take the Redskins last year. The Bills whipped up on them. Who's in a better position today? If you knew what you know now. Same game he got his ribs cracked and he turned into a bad quarterback just because of that. Give me a break. It's a joke. I would take the Redskins position right now with a quarterback they know after the way he looked as impressive as ever. I just take the situation. His first game against the Saints in New Orleans, and the guy looks every bit as advertised and then some. Even, Andrew Luck, whatever. Granted, his team lost, but you know that guy's going to be good. You just know it. And that's the kind of guy Buffalo needs, period. Whether it's Matt Barkley, whether it's Tyler Wilson, whoever. They need that guy. And until that guy is drafted and brought in, and no more trading for somebody's retread, no more of that. You have to draft your guy and say, bam, this is your team. This is your show, buddy. I'm just a spectator because I don't care who your coach is, who your GM is. That quarterback is everything. You look at the Patriots' success. What do they got? You look at a situation like the 49ers. Alex Smith was drafted first overall. A lot of turnover in the organization, new owners, multiple head coaches. Multiple coordinators, everybody's blaming everybody else, yanking him in and out of the lineup. The guy obviously had talent enough to get drafted first overall. He finally has a coach who comes in, was in the same situation as him as a player, Jim Harbaugh, and says, you're my guy, bro. You're my guy. And look what he's doing. He's, finally been instilled with the confidence he needed to do what he needed to do, to show his talent and be comfortable in his position. And I'm not saying that Alex Smith is now all of a sudden a top 10 quarterback or top 5, but still, you see the talent is there. And Fitz has had just as many opportunities as him, and he's not done anything close to what Alex Smith has done in terms of leading a team to the playoffs, deep into the playoffs, championship game, beating the Saints, out-dueling Drew Brees, things like that. You don't see Ryan Fitzpatrick doing that in terms of foresight. I can't look down the road and see him doing that. I see him taking, if the Bills, however, miracles sneaked into the playoffs, I'd see him having one of these games, where it's 3-4 interceptions, him just trying to force passes that aren't there, just define what his eyes really see in front of him. And you see, how many more times do we need to see it? I say no more, Bills fans. I'm done. I had a little rant here, 13 minutes, but the facts are the facts. Till a real quarterback is brought in, we will sit here in mediocre land. This team at best finishes at 7-9, ends up drafting 9th or 10th or 11th or 12th. Tank it. Get the quarterback. I don't give a shit about signing $100 million defensive end. I don't give a shit about re-signing your top wide receiver. It's the quarterback. Over and out. End of story. QB. That's it. And I'm done.